juntos porque te conozco mucho tiempo, como que un año.
Para. Trae un cuchillo. Hasta para atrás. Vete. Kick that.
In a recent incident, a Muslim man attempted to stab an Irish police officer while shouting, "Allahu Akbar." This horrifying event, which could have easily ended in tragedy, was only brought under control thanks to the intervention of a passerby. The question on everyone's mind is simple yet damning. Why are our police officers so ill-equipped to handle these kinds of attacks? This wasn't an isolated incident. It's part of a much larger pattern of violence and extremism that has been creeping into Irish society, leaving citizens fearful and frustrated. The fact that a member of the public had to step in during such a dangerous situation highlights a critical flaw in the current system. Are our police officers receiving the necessary training to deal with these threats? Is the government providing the resources needed to ensure our streets are safe? The answer, it seems, is no. Instead, the focus remains on sugarcoating these incidents, downplaying the threat, and avoiding the difficult conversations that are now unavoidable. But as more and more of these events unfold, the cracks in the system are becoming impossible to ignore.
You know, the anti-Irish agenda that is taking place in Ireland is a shame, and it is rumbling towards an earthquake with the general public of Ireland. And I raised awareness. I went as far as I could go at this present time, but Ireland, under its political cartel, is not a place for new voices, and it is an undemocratic process that is taking place, and it's an absolute shame, a travesty. Nothing to do with Rosie O'Donnell. I don't know Rosie. She's a comedian and whatnot. I believe she's in Ireland. She's been on a few talk shows. I have no issue with Rosie. I am for my country. I'm a God-fearing patriot, and may God-fearing patriotism win in this fight against evil, and that is what it is. There's so much travesty taking place in Ireland that screams me to sleep at night. And just recent, I don't know whether you heard, Mr. Hannity, today, an incident had occurred a few weeks ago, but it just got announced today, and one involving me, of an imported terrorist named Abdullah Khan. No ability to acquire a job in Ireland on benefits, mooching off the system, off of the Irish taxpayer. He attempted to set fire to my family-friendly public house that employs over 100 people in the community of Dublin 12, where I am from. And then 2 days after that, stabbed a Gardaí, a member of An Garda Síochána, which is our police force in Ireland, our hard-working, dedicated police force, in the back, in broad daylight. This man done this back to back, and these are the type of people that we are up against here. It is an anti-Irish agenda that is taking place in Ireland, where people of this ilk are given favour over the people of Ireland and the families of Ireland, and I could not keep my mouth shut or quiet, and I never would and never will, and I went all the way as I could.
Well,
it's heartbreaking.
In Leeds over the weekend, a machete fight erupted, further emphasising the growing sense of insecurity across the UK and Ireland. Such scenes, once unimaginable, are now becoming disturbingly common. Communities that were once peaceful are now plagued by fear as violent crime spills into the streets. The safety of our neighbourhoods and cities is no longer guaranteed, and the question of who is responsible cannot be ignored. Make your opinion count by liking this video and promoting it for more awareness. Also, share and subscribe to our channel for upcoming updates. For years, the narrative has been dominated by attempts to vilify the so-called far-right. But let's be clear. The far-right didn't stab children in Dublin in 2023. The far-right didn't decapitate gay men in Sligo in 2022. The far-right didn't kill a Japanese student while shouting ISIS in 2018. The far-right isn't responsible for the kidnapping of an Irish woman just a few months ago. These heinous acts, and many more like them, were not carried out by the far-right. They were carried out by radicalized individuals, the majority of whom share a common background. The far-right didn't lead to the closure of Ireland's largest mosque due to extremism. The far-right didn't stab a Garda officer or set fire to Conor McGregor's pub. The far-right isn't responsible for introducing female genital mutilation (FGM) into Ireland. The far-right isn't the reason some attackers receive reduced sentences for targeting women. The far-right isn't calling for the implementation of Sharia law. And the far-right isn't to blame for the rape of 2 young Irish children in 2025. These truths are uncomfortable, but they must be confronted if we are to address the root causes of the crisis facing our society. The pattern is undeniable. There is a direct correlation between the rise in violent crime and the influx of radicalized individuals who reject the values, laws, and culture of their host countries. This isn't about race or religion, it's about ideology. It's about a worldview that is fundamentally incompatible with the freedoms and rights that Ireland has fought to uphold. And yet, instead of addressing this head-on, the government and its supporters continue to turn a blind eye, prioritizing political correctness over the safety and well-being of their citizens. The consequences of this inaction are devastating. Families mourn loved ones lost to senseless violence. Communities are torn apart by fear and mistrust. And the very fabric of what it means to be Irish is being eroded by a refusal to acknowledge the truth. The government's failure to act is not just a betrayal of its citizens, it's a betrayal of the ideals that Ireland was built upon. The anger and frustration among the public are reaching a boiling point. People are tired of being told to accept the unacceptable. They are tired of being labelled as hateful or intolerant for demanding safety and security for themselves and their families. They are tired of watching their country, their home, be overrun by those who do not respect it and do not share its values. Tired of a government that seems more interested in protecting the rights of those who break the law than the rights of those who follow it. The time for sugarcoating is over. The time for excuses is over. Ireland is at a tipping point, and the decisions made now will determine the future of the country for generations to come. Will we continue down this path of denial and inaction, or will we stand up and demand change? Will we allow our cities to descend further into chaos, or will we take back control and restore the safety and security that every citizen deserves? This is not a call for hatred or division. It's a call for honesty, accountability, and action. It's a call to protect the values that make Ireland unique and to ensure that those who come to this country respect those values. It's a call to remember the sacrifices of those who came before us and to honour their legacy by preserving the freedoms they fought for. The incidents in Dublin, Sligo, Leeds and beyond are a wake-up call. The question now is whether we will answer it. Ireland is worth fighting for. Its safety, its culture and its future are worth fighting for. But that fight requires courage, the courage to face the truth, to speak out and to demand better from those in power. The time to act is now, before it's too late.